Hello, welcome to Spirituality Simplified. Today's episode is all about breath work. So, breathing is one of the most basic and yet fundamental things that we can do with our bodies. It's an automatic response that we don't even have to think about throughout the day. But when we consciously focus on our breath, miracles can happen. It's no coincidence that we're talking about breath work for the 21st episode. It still blows me away that we're already at 21. That's so cool. I'm so excited. Okay, so 21 breaks down to a 3 in numerology. 2 plus 1 equals 3. And 3 is all about joy and creativity and expansion. And it represents the Trinity, the mind in the sense of your being, your mind, body, and spirit. So, breath embodies this 3 energy completely. So, when you breathe, you are literally expanding not only your lungs physically, but your entire vibration expands. It opens up to more energy, more creativity, and more joy. And it brings balance to your entire being, your mind, body, and spirit. It's truly amazing. It's one of those things you don't think about a lot in your daily life because it is so automatic, but it is so important and such a critical piece of life. And it's really important to consciously focus on your breath sometimes. So that's what we're going to talk about today. So I think right now, before we begin, we should take a few deep breaths. What do you think? I'll try not to breathe into the microphone. But let's do this right now. So everybody just, oh, okay. So just take a deep breath in through your nose and then out through your mouth. Maybe one more time. In through your nose, out through your mouth. Just really let it all go. Oh, that feels really good. I mean, seriously, it's all you need to do is just take a few deep breaths and whew. Okay, now I'm feeling normal. I'm back to normal functioning. So, let's talk about, what is breath work? And you may have heard this term before, maybe not, but breath work, and this is all channeled information that I have received from my guides. So there's so much information out there, but this is what I received from my guides and what they felt was important to share with you today. And again, in the spirit of the Spirituality Simplified podcast, this is going to be very simplified. So it's going to be something that you can implement into your daily life. So breath work is the conscious act of focusing on your breath to bring awareness to your physical body. So many responses occur when we do conscious breath work. It delivers oxygen to all of your muscles, your cells, your organs, everything, and it gives you that life and vitality. Breath is the lifeblood of your physical body. You need oxygen to survive, and breathing allows for this delivery of this oxygen to your body. So when you do conscious breath work, you're doubling up your efforts by breathing deeper and often with intention along with it. So it's super powerful when you consciously work on it. You're amplifying your body's ability to heal as well because breathing allows that oxygen to flow through your body so that your body can focus on other things such as healing. It's not worried about getting its next breath. Breathing also relaxes your muscles and releases any tension. And that too allows for more healing to enter that space. So when your muscles are tensed up, nothing can get in there, right? But if you take a deep cleansing breath and release that tension, that allows the healing to get into that space. Deep breaths also calm your mind and it focuses your attention away from any destructive or negative thoughts. And breath work can also move your brain waves into a theta state. So I've talked about this in several episodes. This is really important, when you're doing meditation, sound healing. So what happens in the theta state is whenever you are in a very relaxed, calm, meditative, almost trance-like state, that is when your brain is in theta. And this is when the true healing can occur because your mind is not racing a million miles, and you're not in this fight or flight response. And so it allows your body to heal and do what it needs to do. That's why you heal so much at night when you sleep, because you're totally rested. Your body is rested, your mind. I mean, you dream and everything, but that is why the nighttime is when all that really good healing occurs. So as we talked about too, the fight or flight, breathing really helps to calm your autonomic nervous system response, which, that the fight or flight response is something that is important to have for our survival. But the problem is a lot of us are living in this fight or flight constantly, daily, and that can really take a toll on your physical body and your mental fatigue, and I mean all of that. So I mean your body's in just constant overdrive and you just get exhausted. So breathing kind of helps to mitigate that. Deep breaths also help to take you out of your ego, and that helps you to drop down into your true heart and center. And breathing also can help clear energy blockages. And we'll talk a little bit more about this in a few minutes, but just the act of breathing, especially if you're setting intention with it, oh, that can really just clear out any tension and blockages in your energetic field. So there have been many, scientific studies conducted on the health benefits of breath work. We'll talk about a couple, but again, we'll probably talk more from a spiritual perspective on this show. But just from a pure body physical standpoint, deep breathing, conscious breathing, and breath work can reduce stress and anxiety. It boosts your immune response, and it can increase your focus, attention, alertness, your mental faculties. So, and that's just a couple. I mean, there's so much out there. If you're interested in that piece of it, there's a lot of good information out there. But because I mean, there's just breathing and breath work is just so important. I mean, it is our lifeblood, it's our vitality. So, it's something that's been studied a lot. So definitely check that out if it resonates. But let's talk about breath work from a spiritual perspective. So, from the spiritual perspective, breath is life. Breath connects you to your true divine self. It brings balance into your entire being, your mind, body, spirit. And it helps keep you grounded in your physical body. So, a lot of times when we meditate, we kind of drift off into this trance like state, possibly. And in deep meditation, you can sometimes completely disconnect from your body and you don't even feel your own body. And while that's so amazing and super cool, and a beautiful experience to have, when you want that, it's also important to remain grounded and connected, right? So we don't want to float off too much. We start feeling into this flighty state, right? Our bodies are these dense containers essentially that house our souls, right? Our true selves, our true essence. And although these physical bodies don't live forever, it's still important. It's still a very important vessel to do our work here in this lifetime while we're here. And having this body allows us to accomplish our soul mission and to function on this planet. I mean, this is a gravity planet. So these dense bodies help us keep connected down to Earth and not float away like you would in space. So, what my guides wanted me to emphasize is that it's important to connect the spiritual work with the body work. So essentially to kind of marry the two, so to speak. So, to receive messages and to do your spiritual work and relay information to others, you need to have a clear, healthy channel or vessel, which is your body, right? Um, as a healer, that's really important, that my physical body is healthy, because my body is a conduit through which I receive channeled messages, I receive healing. So when I do Reiki, that life force energy is coming from source, and it comes down through into my body and out through my hands and onto the client. So my body is a vessel, it's a conduit. It needs to be healthy and strong and clear so that it can receive that easily and be able to help, I can help others heal. So, I need to take care of my body so that I'm able to fulfill my soul mission here on this earth. It's really important. I do a lot of spiritual work, but the way that I actualize it is through my physical body. So it's important, right? So, and even if you're not a healer, it's still important to treat your body right, to take care of it, to love it up. So your body is really amazing. It, carries you, it gives you life, and, allows you to live. And there's just, it's amazing what your body can do. It's so strong. I always wanted to be a nurse when I was younger or something in the health profession, because the human body always fascinated me. I mean, there's so much going on inside that it's just, we're just going about our daily lives. And man, there's a lot going on in there. So it's good to take some time to really appreciate your body sometimes. And part of doing that is to do conscious breath work. And, part of taking care of your body, becoming consciously aware of it, paying attention to it. And again, you can do this by taking big, deep breaths every once in a while. You will become more aware and focused on your body and how you feel when you consciously take a deep breath. So, breath work is a great self care practice that you can easily implement into your daily life. And it just takes practice, and it takes kind of, just doing it, because once you practice it a lot, it just becomes second nature, and you're going to remind yourself every day. It's not going to be some task that, like, oh, gotta do my breath work today. Like, it'll just become second nature to you. And the cool thing about breath work, is it does connect you to your body. So you'll feel and you'll notice different sensations when you do deep breathing. I know I feel like tingling throughout my whole body. Sometimes you might feel a warm sensation. You might not feel anything at all, and that's fine too. But these bodily sensations, I mean, you're feeling this, your life force energy that's flowing throughout your entire physical body and your whole entire energy field, surrounding your body and, in your body as well. So, um, that's your life force energy. That's your essence. It's pretty amazing. Okay, so let's talk about breath work for grounding and releasing. So this is really cool too. Taking big, deep breaths not only cleanses and releases stress and tension, but letting out that exhale is also very therapeutic, and it helps to release whatever was cleared with the inhale, right? So taking that big inhale and whoo, that's clearing it out. And whoo, now you're releasing it. It's important to let that go. And it's interesting, like when I do energy work with my clients, I can feel when they've had a release. If there's been a blockage that was released, I just naturally take this big deep breath and then just exhale it all out, which releases that energy down into the earth where she can transmute that into love. I set that intention before. So it's really cool. Like I can tell when my clients had a big release, and I can ground that energy out. So, because I don't need it, they don't need it. And then the earth can just take that energy and just make it into beautiful energy of love. It's just amazing. So, breath work is just fantastic. If you are feeling lightheaded, kind of in the clouds, a little all over the place, can't focus, take a few deep breaths. That will really help to connect you to your body, which is connected to the earth, and can help ground you into your present moment. So let's talk about the different types of breath work. So yes, there are, it gets fancy with breath work. There's lots of different ways. We're not going to go over every single way today, but um, there's all sorts of cool stuff. So we'll, talk about a couple. It's interesting. You can do an entire meditation just focusing on breathing. I mean, breathing is a huge part of meditation. It helps to, calm you down, clear your mind, helps you to focus on something. Because I know meditation is hard for a lot of people and they get distracted and they start thinking about stuff. So focusing on your breath is a great way to meditate. Now, you could also take an actual breathwork class. So there are people who get certifications in breathwork, and that's what they teach. Is this, that is the entire class. So I have not personally taken one of those. I think it would be really interesting to try. Let us know if you've taken one. Let us know what it's like. Comment on what the class was like, join the Facebook group, share with us. I would love to know. I'm going to try one. I'll let y'all know. But I encourage you to just try a few simple ways at first and then see if it resonates and maybe you want to explore further. So let's try. We're going to do some together. So I'm going to explain it for the listeners. And if you're watching this, you can kind of see what I'm doing. But one type of breathwork exercise that you can try is alternating nostrils. So essentially, you can place your finger over your right nostril and you close your right nostril and then you breathe in through your left nostril. And then you take your right finger off, put your left finger on your left nostril, and then you breathe out of your right nostril. So I hope that wasn't too confusing, but so breathing in the left, switching fingers, breathing out the right. So that's one cycle. So you can do that several times and then you can switch, holding, maybe you hold the left nostril first and then the right one. So just try doing like that 5 times, 5 cycles, and see how you feel. This is a great way to really help you feel grounded and balanced and connected to your root chakra. So give that one a try. It's really easy and simple. You can do it anywhere, maybe alone because people probably think you're interesting holding your nostrils, but but give it a shot. It's a very relaxing, grounding exercise. Now, you may have heard of belly breathing. So, usually when you breathe into your lungs, right? And you don't really notice much. But when you take a big, when you may have heard this, like breathe into your belly, and it's literally like your belly expands out with your breath. You're like, and you can like physically see it expand. And then you can feel it contract on the exhale. So that's a really big, deep belly breath. So that like expands your diaphragm. You probably hear that in yoga classes. This type of breathing is a great way to help you connect to and balance your sacral chakra. And then another just really basic type of breath work is just counting. So you can try to, maybe inhale for 5 seconds, hold for 5 seconds, and then exhale for 5 seconds. And maybe do like 3 to 5 rounds or cycles of that. Or maybe you start with 5 seconds and you count down. So you breathe in 5, hold 5, and exhale 5. then you breathe in 4, hold 4, exhale 4, and so forth until you get down to 1. And so again, that's focusing on your breath. It's allowing your body to really relax, and to just get into that calm meditative state. And again, there's no right or wrong way. So maybe try a few things. Maybe you want to mix it up and breathe in for 7 seconds, exhale for 3, or, whatever. Like try different ways and see how you feel. See if your body feels different with each exercise. It'd be really interesting. Now, another way you can do is breathing in a word or affirmation. So this really helps to bring the intention piece to your breathwork practice. So it's very valuable to just breathe. You can certainly do that anytime. But if you really want to pack a little more punch and get more benefit out of your breathwork practice, set the intention along with it, right? So what you can do is as you breathe in a word or an affirmation. So as you breathe in, you can think, you're breathing in calm, and you breathe out anxiety. So you're kind of breathing in something positive and breathing out the opposite, and whatever you want to let go of. You can make that an affirmation as well. So you can just, as you breathe in, you can be like, I am loved. And you can even say that again as you breathe out. You can just really focus on that one affirmation or mantra. So yeah, again, try this too. See if adding the intention changes it for you. Maybe you feel differently. Maybe you notice more effects from it. Maybe you don't feel anything at all. So it's different for everybody. Now we talked about yoga. So if you've ever taken a yoga class, then breath is a huge part of it. It's the focus on the class is connecting your breath with the different postures, or movements, poses. So this really allows for that life force energy to flow throughout all of your chakras. And it helps to really clear those energy blockages in your chakras. And it creates that balance and harmony. So yoga is very much connected to breath work. Now, a specific kind of yoga is called Kundalini yoga. And this is a very specific kind that involves this heavy breathing along with meditation and different poses and everything. So it kind of adds a different piece to it. It's really designed to awaken your Kundalini and is a really powerful way to clear energy blockages. Now, with Kundalini Yoga, I definitely recommend you do a class first with that, with a guided instructor who can help you and be there. It's that I would say is more like one of the more advanced breathwork practices, because it's pretty intense. It's like heavy, fast breathing sometimes, which can make you feel lightheaded and dizzy and faint. So it's important to have the guided instruction from a professional to help you. So, again, if that's something that resonates, I think it sounds kind of cool. But I would want to start first with some simple ones, kind of get my body used to taking deep breaths and feeling that sensation, making sure you feel good about it. And then if it resonates, take a class, do something more intense. So, okay, these are just a couple of examples. Again, if you are just starting out, just start with some simple, focused breaths. Maybe try some belly breaths. Just kind of, breathing in and out. Just start simple. Maybe take a yoga class. And again, work up to more advanced breathwork practices like Kundalini yoga. And just remember, just really the focus is to remember to breathe. However you do that, it's all good. As long as you are experiencing how breathing and deep breaths and focused conscious breathing can help you move into a better, healthier, more balanced state. You feel more connected to yourself, more connected to the earth, more connected to spirit. It's beautiful and so simple. That's what I love about breath work. Oh my gosh. It is one of the most beautiful healing practices. It's self-healing. You can do it anytime and it's easy. Just breathe. That's just a good reminder. Let's all breathe again. That feels great. Mm. Just boost your endorphins too. I always feel really good and happy. um, so again, there's so many different types of exercises out there that go beyond the scope of this podcast episode, but really the focus, my guides just really wanted me to do this episode is just an awareness. It's just a kind of get your attention and remind you that this is out there and that breathing is so important. And it's just a reminder, like if anything, if you even see the title of this or you listen to this, it's going to remind you how important it is to do conscious breath work and just allow yourself to feel that beautiful life force energy flow through you. So you can do breath work anytime, anywhere. You can clear your mind and your body with it. You can, increase your energy and boost your vitality. If you need to focus, take a few breaths. And you always hear too, like if you're nervous, if you're about to give a presentation, go on stage, something like that, taking a few deep breaths is going to calm your nervous system. It's going to calm that fight or flight response and kind of get you back into a homeostasis balanced state. But again, no matter how you choose to practice breath work, it's going to bring the awareness to your physical body, and it's going to help you appreciate the unlimited strength and power that you hold within your own beautiful, amazing vessel that was created by Source. That's the beauty of it. It's so powerful. So I hope this episode, brought some awareness to your own body and reminds you to consciously be aware of your own breath and how it affects your daily functioning, and how you can maybe remember to take some time out of every day to just focus on your breath for a few minutes. And it's so beneficial. So it's all you need is just a couple of minutes. So try one of these that we talked about today. Let us know how it went. If you have other breathwork practices that you do that you enjoy and you think are great, share those as well. Again, this is not comprehensive. This is a very simplified version. So if you know of a great breathwork practice, let us know. If you're a breathwork specialist, let us know that. I would love to get a guest on here and talk about breath work and share their experience and their practice. And so just wanted to throw that out there. And again, join our Spirituality Simplified Facebook community and you can comment in there, you can ask questions, recommend episodes, different topics, you can recommend guests. This is a great community. It's a safe and sacred space where we can connect and interact and share and talk about these episodes. It's so much fun. There's so many cool things going on. So it's really fun to talk about. The link to join will be in the show description. And I'm also really excited to announce that my new LinkedIn group is live, and this is called Your Soul at Work. So, part of my personal mission, my soul mission this year, is to help bridge this gap between corporate and spirituality. So it's really interesting because I spent the first 13 years of my career in corporate, and then I moved into my spiritual practice. So I always wondered about that piece. And it's so funny how it all comes full circle. It's all so purposeful. I didn't know then why I was doing this or why I needed that experience, but I do know now. So that's, if you feel like it's really interesting to look back on your career and your life and you're like, that was so purposeful. I needed to experience that so that I can do this work now. So it's just that's the higher purpose, which is really cool. So with this group, I I've gotten this strong message that I need to break down the outdated and false energies and beliefs that surround the corporate environment by clearing the karma and rebuilding the atmosphere to one that's based on truth. So, corporate is a lot like government, right? It's very bureaucratic, political, a lot of like false beliefs going on, a lot of judgment, discrimination, all of that needs to be broken down. And so I feel like that's part of my mission this year is to really break down those energies and rebuild into one that's positive and loving and supportive. So, really, my goal with this is to bring the true human back into corporate and back into the workplace. And the first step in building this new energy in the corporate space is to start where people gather professionally, which is LinkedIn. LinkedIn has been my friend since 2006. I was a recruiter, so I lived and breathed LinkedIn. So it just makes sense that I'm back on there. And I've created this beautiful sacred space, much like the Facebook group for our community. And it's essentially going to be an outlet for you to go to during your workday to kind of let your guard down and just be yourself. Because we all have these work personas sometimes, depending on the environment you work in, you probably don't feel like you can be your true authentic self all day. And that gets tiring and exhausting. And so it's really important to take some time, throughout your workday to connect back into your truth, to your inner light. And that's what this group is going to provide. It's the safe and sacred space that we can come together and connect back with our light. So, together, through the power of our light, we can raise the corporate vibration to one of true love and community and compassion and creativity, innovation and support. And that's what it should be, right? Like, imagine what corporations could do if it was built on this type of energy. Whoo, that's pretty amazing. So, what you can look forward to in this group is every Monday, there will be Monday's meditation, and it'll have kind of a theme for the week. And all throughout the week, I will be posting messages, inspiration, videos, exercises, all sorts of stuff to kind of help remind you of this theme and to remind you to tap into your true self and connect with whatever's going on with that week. So there's going to be a weekly conference call with my Council of Light, and I just recorded one today. And I was channeling kind of the messages about the energies today with the inauguration and how to work with those energies. And so it was really good message. So that will be included. We'll talk about, what kind of changes are shifting in the workspace energy. And of course, kind of have some sound healing in there. So every Friday, there will be a happy hour sound healing that you can end your week and relax and begin your weekend of beautiful self-care. So there's going to be all sorts of cool prompts and activities and all that kind of stuff. So it's one of those really neat things that whenever you are on LinkedIn and you happen to see a post from this group, it's going to be at the exact and perfect time that you need to see that. Maybe you're struggling with something at work, maybe you're having a hard time with a coworker or a project or what have you. You log on LinkedIn and you see this post pop up, and it's going to be exactly what you need to hear to get like through whatever obstacle that you're currently facing, and to kind of give you that encouragement and that motivation and that boost of positivity. So I'm super excited about this. This is my new project. I'm very happy. It's filled with so much love and energy and positivity and light and beauty. It's already building to so many people. So I'm really excited. So please feel free if this resonates. I would love to see you in the group. I will include the link in the show description as well. But feel free if you are connected and you have an account with LinkedIn to just search Your Soul at Work in the group section, and I will see you there. And a couple quick reminders, just another reminder to join my mailing list. You can go to my website, soulhealingwithallie.com. Just enter your name and email, and you will receive a free meditation. And you'll be receiving my monthly Soul in One digest, which has all sorts of cool stuff. It has channeled messages from spirit from it has meditations, ways you can practice tapping into your own intuition, like all sorts of fun stuff. So definitely check that out. And then, it is the new year, and this is a time when people often think about the year ahead and, what they want to accomplish and setting goals and intentions and all of that. And, 2020 really left many people wondering, like, what is the meaning of life? Like, what is my purpose in this big plan that's going on? So, if you have been struggling to figure out what your purpose is, then I can help you with that this year. And this is a great time to do this. It's the beginning of the year, it's new, fresh energies. Check out my Sound the Call of Your Soul program, and I can help you to learn how to tap into your own inner light and to really discover your true calling and purpose in this lifetime, and how you can begin that and really fulfill that this year. And the cool thing about this program is that we do this all through fun and play. Now, it's probably something you don't hear often, like healing and fun. Not always the case, but that's what this program is all about. It's going to be fun, inspiring, full of magic and miracles, and it's super fun. So I've included the link to that as well in the show description. You can schedule your free exploration call with me. We can talk about it and see if it's something that would be a good fit for you. Okay, thank you so much. That's it for today. Thank you so much for joining. I hope this was uplifting and inspiring for you. I hope you've been taking breaths throughout this whole podcast episode. I know I have. It's good. It reminds me too. These podcasts are great learning things for me too. All these messages from my guides I'm getting that I channel to you guys, it's all for me too. So um, I love it. It's so beautiful. We're all working together. We're all in this journey together. And I just want to thank you again for your love and support. And I just really hope this has inspired you to just take that big, deep breath and remind yourself of your true strength and power that all lies within you. So remember to keep it spiritual, but keep it simple. Thanks. See you next time.